Good morning. This is April the 29th, 2024, and it's Monday, and we are in BBA second semester section A class, where yesterday Prasamsa made a presentation on the theme of the text Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson, and then after I guess I borrowed your curriculum and I wrote certain themes there, and I don't know if I talked about themes like business storytelling, success, etc. Does anyone have the curriculum? Just a minute. If you see the curriculum, for example, if you see the curriculum, please check the curriculum. If you see the course description, please refer to course description. It says that the course content is organized around 5 themes. What are they? Storytelling in business. So both Shoe Dog. Both Shoe Dog by Phil Knight and Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. Both of these writings, texts, talk about a business story, right? The first talks about how the company Nike developed, and the second talks about how the company Mac developed. In both cases, we have only one chapter in our course, and if you love reading novels, I'll encourage you to read the whole text. And then there is a theme of ambition. You can see in the first story, Doghouse, you see ambition. The young 24-year-old graduate has the ambition of opening an international shoe company. With that ambition, he goes around the world. He goes to Japan, travels, and finally succeeds in establishing his shoe company. First, he names it as the Blue Ribbon Shoe Company. Then he names it as Nike Shoe Company. That's ambition. What is ambition? Desire to achieve something is ambition. A person without any ambition is a lamp without light. So ask yourself in your diary, what's my ambition? Dedicate a page in your diary, if you keep a diary. All great people in the world, if you read, they were diary writers as children. Diary writing is a very effective way of self-exploration. If you want to develop really in life, keep a diary. What is diary? Diary is simple diary like this. You just, for example, this is the diary, and when you go to bed in the evening, before you go to sleep, write what happened that day in your life in black and white. Write the facts, where you went, whom you met, when you went, what happened, how happened, why. Write all the details. And when you write what happened, you also keep reflecting on how you feel about what happened. So diary can have two things. You record what happened in your life, and then you reflect on how you feel about what happened. So I was talking about ambition, and I said Phil Knight has the ambition, so he becomes the founder of Nike company. Now, in the second story, Steve Jobs, you see the major character. Steve Jobs also has ambition. His first ambition around 18 years of age is to get a job. So he visits Atari and insists that he won't go back home without getting a job. Ambition. He has ambition to go to India. Steve Jobs has the ambition to explore himself. He meets many gurus in India. He learns spirituality. He learns about intuitive wisdom. And he says that the Eastern philosophy of intuitive wisdom. What is intuitive wisdom? Wisdom that you learn through your life experience, not through any training or book reading. Wisdom, learning, knowledge that you gain by experiencing life, by facing problems, learning by facing issues. that he says is much more effective in improving your life than trained intelligence or trained reasoning. And then finally comes back and he gets job again in Atari, and finally we haven't read the whole story, I haven't read the whole story, but as the chapter prescribed tells, he comes back, joins the same company, and then he decides to open his own company. Then you have another theme of success and happiness. You see both of these themes in both of these stories. For example, in the Shoe Dog, the basic principle, the basic motive that drives Phil Knight is the desire for success. In the very first or second page, he says that as a child, as a teenager, I knew I wanted to be successful in life. I knew I wanted to leave a mark on the world, but I did not know what success meant. Many people thought success was making money, success was making a good wife, success was having a job. But I understood that success was not money, success was not girlfriend, success was not beautiful wife or job. Success was purposeful life, meaningful life, important life, different life, he says. Success to him was your time should be meaningful in life. Your time should be different from other people. Your time should be important, valuable, and your time should be purposeful, meaningful. And with that, he goes around the world and he makes his life purposeful, meaningful, successful. And in the second story, Steve Jobs, success and happiness. Because we are reading only one chapter, I'll say that Steve Jobs feels happy and satisfied when he visits India and meets many gurus. Success, Steve Jobs succeeds. For example, he was assigned to design a game, and it was thought that it will take 1 month to finish the designing. He finishes that in 4 nights and 4 days. With the help of a friend, he designs the game just in 4 days, whereas the engineers thought it will take at least a month. That's success. How can he succeed? How could he succeed? Because he is very dedicated to his work, he is hard working. Then you have inter-cross-cultural communication. In the first story, Shoe Dog, there is a lot about inter-cross-cultural communication. For example, Phil Knight comes to Honolulu Island, where he sells encyclopedias. He works as a salesman. So there he has to talk with people and sell books. People don't like buying books, so he has to talk with people from other culture, Hawaiian people. And then he comes to Japan and he goes around the Tokyo city. He talks to Japanese people, meets Japanese people. There is inter and cross-cultural communication. He learns a lot about Japanese people's habit. He learns about Zen philosophy. He meets the people in the Onitsuka Shoe Company, and there he learns how to communicate with people from other culture. Then there is a negotiation and persuasion theme. This is also found in the first story, Shoe Dog, because when he sits in the conference room, they ask him, what's your company, how many shoes are you importing? Then he negotiates. He says that for the first time I will import shoes worth $50, and he asks his father to send the money, and he orders Tiger brand shoes of $50 worth. Negotiation, persuasion. Then critical thinking. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is simply not believing anything without thinking properly. And you will see that Phil Knight throughout the story, when he goes to Honolulu, for example, in Honolulu, he spent some time with his friend Carter selling encyclopedias, and he finds that whenever he goes to sell encyclopedias, people look at his face and they don't like his face, so they don't buy the encyclopedia, they don't trust him. And then he says that no, I should not continue with this job. And he says it's not a good thing I should go for my aim. So he asks Carter, let's go to Japan. Carter says, I've fallen in love with the girl and I would like to live with her for some time. And then he leaves Carter and he goes to Japan. In Japan also, he goes around the city. He visits many places. He comes to a hostel first. That's a very in poor condition. There is a lady who helps him at the counter. Then he goes to meet the company, meets people, and every time he's exploring opportunities. He is exploring people. He is interacting with people and is learning from all this experience, right? Then creativity and innovation. Phil Knight does that. He begins his creativity in the conference room when they ask, what's your company name? Within seconds he says, my company name is Blue Ribbon. He did not have any company with that name at that time. But instantly thinks that if they ask me a question, I should answer them. And he remembers that in his school, he was awarded, he was rewarded with the Blue Ribbon for his performance. And he says, I should name my company with this name. Instantly he says, my shoe company name is Blue Ribbon. When he says, my shoe company name is Blue Ribbon, he actually did not have any company. But he says, my company name is Shoe Ribbon. That is creativity. And then he develops that company into Nike. That's innovation. Then, okay, that's, so what do you say? All these 5 themes are found in the same story, if you can see carefully. In the same story, in second, Steve Jobs also, you will see this negotiation, persuasion, for example. Steve Jobs goes to the counter asking for the job, and they think of calling a policeman. Then he pursues them, and they give him the job. Then, okay, this is what I wanted to add. Now, today, I'd like to move with this story now. We'll read this story. You can see on the screen over there. And just a minute. Let me use my laptop. Okay, here we go. Will read, and I don't think I'm going to help you much. You will do it yourself with me here in class now. So I won't read about the author also right now. We'll see later. We'll read the poem first without reading about the author. There is a note here before the poem if you see a book. This is a poem by whom? Who is the poet? Charles. Okay, we are reading a poem by Charles Bukowski, born August 16, 1920 in Germany. Okay, let's leave about the author's note and we'll come to the poem. The Laughing Heart. What is the title of the poem? What is the title? Who was given to present on this poem? No one? That was an error. See, whatever you read in literature, a poem, a story, mostly you will see that every piece of literary writing creates a fictional world. It creates a fictional world. So, ask yourself when you read the poem, who is speaking in the poem? To whom is he speaking? Where are they? When? How? Why? These are also known as the journalist's questions. When a journalist makes investigation, they go with such questions. You can use them as a help to understand a text. Okay. So let's read the poem, and first let's read. Just read. The Laughing Heart. So now we know that this poem is about heart. What kind of heart? Laughing heart. So we can guess that this may be about a person, because hearts laugh when you are alive. Let's read. Your life is your life. See the first line. Your life. Now question is, who is speaking this line? So ask a question, who is the speaker? When you read a story, you say, who is the narrator? But when you read a poem, you don't say who is the narrator, you say who is the speaker. In a poem, we have a speaker. In a story, we have a narrator, the difference. A story has a narrator. A poem has speaker. Or another word for that is persona. The one who tells you the story is known as a narrator. The one who speaks to you in a poem is called persona, the poetic persona. The poetic persona. What do we call it? The poetic persona. The person who is speaking to us through the poem. Okay. Let's read. Your life is your life. Your life is your life. Now, this your is addressee. Addressee or audience. Addressee or audience. Right now we do not know who he is. We do not know, we are reading. And when there is addressee, there will be a speaker. Or there will be a persona. Speaker and hearer, audience. Your life is your life. Very simple statement. Easy to understand. Your life is your life, so be responsible. Right? Very clear. Your life is your life, nobody will take care of it. You take care of it. Don't let it be clubbed into dang submission. Take out mobile phones. Take out your mobile phones and check the word meaning of the words clubbed and dang. Google. Okay, Google. Check the word meaning of the word clubbed and write the meaning. Everybody. Take the mobile phone, open the dictionaries the mobile phones may have. Check the word C-L-U-B, club, as a verb. And in your book, at the margin white space, write the word meaning. Huh? You got the meaning? Write the meaning now. Write the meaning by the margin of the book. Write the meaning in the book. Write the meaning. Check the word meaning in a mobile phone and write. Okay, then Google for the word. Ask, write in Google, what does dank, comma, submission mean? And write the answer. Right here. In the book.
So what is that dank submission?
Now I want you to check the meaning. Check the meaning. And write all these things in the book, not in the note copy, in the book. Write them in the book, on the same page where the poem is given. Write the meanings by the line. This is how we read. As we read, we write, we make notes. Okay, quickly. Don't let it be clubbed into dank submission. See, look at me. Look at me. When we read a poem, we read one sentence at a time in a poem. Where do we stop? When we read a poem, we stop where we see the full stop. For example, if you see the first two lines, ए तिमीहरू सुनिरहेको छैन मैले के भनिरहेको छु, यस्तो गर्दा मैले रिस उठ्छ एकदमै, अहिले फेरि तिमीहरू फेरि समस्या पर्ला. I get unimaginably angry. I lose my temper. कुनै कुरा बुझाइरहेको छु भने सुन्नु पर्यो. Be very clear. म जति when I'm explaining, if you disturb, if you talk, if you don't listen, I get extremely angry. Okay, what I was saying? If you see the first two lines, that is a single sentence. See, where is the full stop? Your life is your life. Line 1. Line 2. Don't let it be clubbed into dang submission, full stop. This is called a run-on line. What does a run-on line mean? It means a single sentence runs into more than one line. What do we call it? A run-on line. What do we call? A run-on line. A single sentence extends more than one line. Here the first sentence extends into how many lines? 2. We don't read a poem by line. We read a poem by sentence. We read a poem by sentence. So read and stop where you see the full stop. For example, your life is your life. Pause. Pause. When the line changes, there is a slight pause. Not full stop, but pause. Don't let it be clubbed into dang submission. So what do you see? Somebody is giving or seems to be giving advice to somebody. Advice. Somebody seems to be giving an advice to somebody. What advice? Don't let your life to be clubbed into dang submission. What does dang submission mean if you check? What is it? What is the meaning of dang submission? Did you check the meaning earlier? गरे ना? किताबमा लेख्यो भने कपीमा होइन. You will dirty your page with comments and writing. When you finish reading the poem, your page will be full of notes. त्यो किताबको पानामा लेख्नुस् मिनिङहरु. त्यही केर्नुस्, त्यही अन्डरलाइन गर्नुस्, त्यही सर्कल गर्नुस्. When you finish reading, your page will be full of comments. What does dang submission mean?
You are corrected to become someone you are not.
Okay. You are corrected to become someone you are not and to live a life that isn't yours. Okay, we got the meaning. What does dang submission mean?
You are concerned to become someone you are not and to live a life that isn't yours.
Okay. What does dang submission mean? Note down.
Someone you are not alive.
Now note this meaning in the poem. त्यो मिनिङहरु कपीमा नलेख्नुस्, पोएममा लेख्नुस्, त्यही पानामा किताबमा. You need to learn how to read. कपीमा लेख्नु भने भोलि जाँचको बेला पढ्दा कपी कहाँ हुन्छ, किताब कहाँ हुन्छ. तपाईको आफ्नो किताब हुनु पर्यो, तपाईले आफ्नो किताबमा नोट लेख्नु पर्यो, डर्टी हुन्छ केही फरक पर्दैन. That's how we learn. Okay. Did you write the meaning? Your life is your life. Don't let it be clubbed into dang submission. Now we know the meaning. He is saying, what is he saying? Now tell me somebody, what is he saying now paraphrase the poem for me. Tell the meaning. Your understanding. What is he saying? Rupa, tell me, what is he saying? Your understanding. What do you understand the first line? First sentence I mean. Your life is your life. Don't let it be clubbed into dang submission. Now paraphrase. बताऊ तँलाई meaning के बुझ्यौ?
लाइक हामी चाहिँ अरू जस्तो गर्नु चाहनु हुँदैन कि हामी आफ्नै लाइफमा चाहिँ त्यही वेमै जानुपर्छ कि यस्तो भयो उस्तो भएर चाहिँ कन्सर्नमा चाहिँ जानु
Let's speak English. I'm sorry I spoke Nepali, right? So what do you think he says? He's saying?
Like, imagine that I am advisor and she is the one to listen me, and I am advising her to do better so that her life would not be like mine. So
Okay, better. Okay, fine. What do you understand the meaning of the line?
The line tells us your life is your life. You don't have to pretend to be other in order to live your life.
Okay, one meaning can be, do not become what others want you to become. Become what you want to become in life. Look, you can apply this line to first story, Shoe Dog. Phil Knight says that I had a crazy idea which nobody liked. And when I made a presentation, my classmates just ignored me. But the teacher recognized my value of my idea. He gave me grade A. And he says that I followed my crazy idea without listening to people. Follow your view, your principle, your idea, your dream, not other people's dream. Don't become what others ask you to become. Become what you want to become in life. This is what Phil Knight did. This is what Steve Jobs did. Did Steve Jobs do what other people said? No. From the very beginning, Steve Jobs wanted to explore the self, so he went to India, met gurus. Okay, next line. Be on the watch, full stop. I said, when you read a poem, stop where there is a full stop. And ask yourself, what is the meaning? Be on the watch. What do you understand by this? To be on the watch. What do you mean? If I say, be on the watch, what do you understand? If I say to you, be on the watch. Be very careful in life. Watch out who is doing what and who is saying what. Be very careful. Be alert. Be conscious. Be attentive. Be watchful. What does it mean? Be on the watch means watch what you are eating. Watch whom you are meeting. Watch what you are reading. Watch where you are going. Watch everything you are doing. Because it has an impact on what your life will be. Be on the watch. There are ways out. What does it mean? There are ways out. Full stop. Somebody tell me. मलाई आउँदैन के म भन्दिनँ मिनिङ तपाईले मलाई भन्ने हो. Why do you expect me to tell the meaning? You tell. There are ways out. What does way out mean? आउँदैन गुगल गर्नुस्. लेख्नुस् ल गुगलमा. What does way out mean लेख्नुस्. गुगल गर्नुस् त. What does way out mean लेख्नुस् अनि way out लाई नोट कमा गर्नुस्. What does way out mean? There are ways out. A way out is? A way out is?
To find a way to get out of some situation.
Google का जवाब भन्नुस् न मलाई. Dictionary को भन्दा नि हुन्छ. If you have a dictionary, you can tell me from dictionary. What does way out mean? I want you to search meanings as you read.
extremely inconvenient, sir.
Only million.
Unusual or
Only million. What's the way out? होइन. Way out को meaning त्यो होइन.
informal.
Did you check?
No nets.
No net. Make sure you have net in class. When you come to my class, have some data and make sure you can browse.
Way of avoiding doing something unpleasant.
त्यो होइन. त्यो वे आउटलाई इन्भर्ट कमामा राख न. त्यो वे आउटलाई इन्भर्ट कमामा राख न. आँखै देखिन्न नि पढ त. What does way out mean?
Okay, avoiding something, doing.
Avoiding something. You read out.
Extremely unconventional, unusual, or apparent.
Okay, read out.
Dilemma, predicament, a way of
Read out.
unusual, sir. Unusual. Unusual.
See, sometimes when you check dictionaries, it doesn't work because the dictionary gives meaning without the context. And when a word is used in a context, it makes a meaning. So it doesn't help. Okay, we'll continue reading. The meanings you found, they are not applicable. What meaning did you find?
A way of avoiding doing something unpleasant.
A way, okay, this, you Milsa. A way of avoiding doing something unpleasant. This is, note down. The poem malekha. This is the right meaning. A way of avoiding doing something unpleasant. This is the meaning. Way out. A way of avoiding doing something unpleasant. Now right meaning. यहाँ लेखो कि नानी किताबमा मैले भने त यो पोएम पढ्न सक्दिनँ पाना पुरै डर्टी हुन्छ पुरै नोटै नोट हुन्छ a way of avoiding doing something unpleasant. A way of avoiding doing something unpleasant. That meaning is applicable. That works. You know, way out normally means a solution. Way out normally means a solution. So this meaning is applicable. A way of avoiding doing something unpleasant. You can avoid doing something unpleasant. Okay. Let's read. There are ways out. So there are ways you can avoid doing something unpleasant. Okay. There is light somewhere. Okay, what does it mean? There is light somewhere. Now look, literature, there are two types of meanings. Although somebody says 4 types of meaning, I'll say 2 for you. One is connotative meaning. What meaning? Another is denotative meaning. What meaning? Denotative meaning is meaning given in the dictionary. Connotative meaning is meaning you understand but that is not given in the dictionary. If I say, my heart is your home, this is connotation. If I say, live in my heart, this is connotation. This is connotation. Right? Because here I take heart as a place to live. Right? This is called connotation. If you say, dog is best friend, this is connotation. When you say a dog is best friend, this is connotation. Because literally dog is not a best friend. Human being a best friend. But when you say a dog is best friend, you mean dogs are faithful. So connotation is meaning from the context. Meaning from the context. Denotation is meaning as given in the dictionary. Printed black and white meaning is denotation. Denote. Denotation means here, given somewhere in the dictionary. Denote, to denote. Connote, to say indirectly. And poems, literature especially, has connotative meaning. Meanings which are not found in dictionary. You have to imagine. How is a poem written? A poem is written through imagination. The primary component of a poem is imagination. So to read a poem, you must bring your imagination. A writer brings her imagination to compose a poem. So a reader is supposed to bring their imagination to understand a poem. Okay, now see the line. There is light somewhere. Okay, the problem in this line is, now look, light, there is light. Light has connotative meaning. Denotatively, light is fire. Light is lamp. Connotatively, when you say there is light somewhere, what does it mean? Someone tell me. what might it mean? There is light somewhere. There is light somewhere. Yes.
There is freedom somewhere where you can be here.
Okay, one freedom. Another, see, light is, what is opposite of light?
Darkness.
Darkness. Meaning is, you might feel that your life is dark because you don't know what to do, where to go. But do not lose your hope. Keep walking. Soon you will find light. Now light here means somebody who can guide you. Light here means somebody who can show you your path. Light here means you will see yourself where to go. Yourself can be light that guides you what to do in life. Look, there is light somewhere on the way. Keep walking, like Phil Knight or like Steve Jobs. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. The best light, यान गरिदियो पढाउँदा पढाउनै मन लाग्दैन. हिजो पनि कसलाई गाली गरेको थिएँ, यान गऱ्यो भनेर उसलाई गाली गरेको थिएँ, उता कसलाई गाली गरेको थिएँ, ऊ दुईटालाई गाली गरेको थिएँ. भरे गएर हेरेँ 4 मिनटको भिडियो रहेछ, क्यामेरा स्टप भएर रहेछ, म रिसाएर गाली गरेको रहेछु. धेरै थटफुल भएँ कि विद्यार्थीले किन यान गर्छ म दिनभरि सोचिराखेँ. होइन, घरमा सुत्ने बेला पढ्न आउँछ नि त, त्यही भएर यान गर्छ. आराम गर्ने बेला 10 बजे आउनु पर्ने हो नि त क्याम्पस त. त्यही भएर 10 बजे कलेज BBA प्रोग्राम त 11 बजे चल्थ्यो पहिला, 6 बजे चल्दैन थियो. दिउँसो 11 बजेबाट 5 बजेसम्म चल्थ्यो. अनि BBA पढ्ने बेला कहीँ जब गर्न पाउँदैन थियो, फुल टाइम पढ्नु पर्थ्यो. पछि ल्यायो नि त्यो बिहान पढाउने, दिउँसो घर पठाउने. अनि के हुन्छ, यान हुन्छ, निद्रै पुगेको हुँदैन. ओके, अब उसले यान गर्छ, सबै ब्ल्याकआउट भयो कि. There is light somewhere. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. See the duality between light and darkness. Light and darkness. Light and darkness. So what does light mean here? Light might mean anything that shows you, that tells you what is the right thing to do. Here light means something that guides you. Here light means something that guides you. Somebody that guides you. That somebody can be your teacher. That somebody can be your family member. That somebody can be your friend. That somebody can be your heart. That somebody can be your mind. Okay, read. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. Darkness can stand for uncertainty. Darkness might mean uncertainty. Light might mean something that gives certainty. Okay, read ahead. Be on the watch. Look out for the light. Look out for the guidance. Look out for the light. Look out for the guidance. Be on the watch. The gods will offer you chances. Know them. The gods will offer you chances. Know them. See, you have one God with capital G, ultimate God. You have another God with small g. You have gods and goddesses. Now the word God has two meanings. Denotatively, God means deity, D-E-I-T-Y. D-E-I-T-Y, deity. One meaning of God is उसले उता हाई गरिसक्यो. And I keep wondering कि किन यस्तो हुन्छ. या त मैले पढाएको बोरिङ भएर आइ हुन्छ, म यत्रो बोलिरहेको छु नि त, होइन, डल हुन्छ नि त. या तिमीहरूको हेल्थ राम्रो नभएर आइ हुन्छ. Okay, wait 1 minute. God might mean your superiors, your seniors, your parents, your teachers, or anybody who has the capacity to guide you. Anybody who has the capacity to tell you the right path. That is what God might mean. The gods will offer you chances. Know them. When somebody teaches you something, advises you something, follow that, understand that, know them, take them. When opportunity knocks, respond. You can't beat death, but you can beat death in life sometimes. And the more often you learn to beat death in life, the more light there will be. Your life is your life. Know it while you have your life. You are marvelous. The God's way to delight in you. I could not complete the poem today. Tomorrow we will have somebody present it. Raise your hand if you want to present the poem. Okay, roll number 9. Who is 9? You will present the poem tomorrow. What's your name, sir?
Anup, sir.
So, Anup Budamagar. Anup will present the poem Laughing Out. What is the poem? The Laughing Out. So, we'll listen to Anup tomorrow. Google, do ChatGPT, do Bing search, call me, ask anybody, understand the poem, prepare and come and present tomorrow. Thank you.